no other car in the world. And by Radio Shack, your Christmas electronics store.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Anaheim Stadium. This is Charlie Jones, along with Jimmy Cefalo and Bob Greasy. First, let's take a look at the standings in the AFC West. Jimmy Cefalo.
Charlie, the fans here in Anaheim will be watching the scoreboard because if the 49ers lose against the Patriots this afternoon, the Rams are the divisional champs. If the 49ers win, then the Rams could wrap it up in the division by beating the Dolphins this afternoon.
And with just a few seconds left in that ball game in New England, San Francisco is out in front 29-24, but New England is threatening. That is the report that we have. Let's look at the standings in the AFC East. Bob Greasy.
Charlie, if New England loses, they're tied with the Jets. It all boils down to next week's game against the Dolphins. If New England beats the Dolphins, they win the division. If they lose the game against the Dolphins, irregardless of what the Jets do, New England loses the division.
Don Shula, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, in his 24th year as the head coach in the National Football League. And, of course, he still has an outside opportunity. John Robinson with a record of 10-4, his 4th year as the head coach in the National Football League. And, of course, that great record that he had at the University of Southern California. The Rams won the toss, and they will be receiving 68 degrees at kickoff time. The humidity 40%. The winds are light and variable. Mickey Sutton and Charles White are the two deep backs on the return. Juan Revage will be kicking off for the Miami Dolphins. They say it isn't over till the fat lady sings. Well, for the Miami Dolphins, there's a heavy-set lady in the parking lot going, "Mimi, Mimi, she's preparing." So let's see what the Dolphins can do today against the favored Rams. And here is Mickey Sutton on the return. Sutton outside the 30 to the 31-yard line. Bud Brown makes the tackle. And the Los Angeles Rams will go to work behind their young quarterback, Jim Everett. In the backfield, he will have Eric Dickerson and Tim Terrell. Terrell starting for Barry Redden, who has the flu. Went to the hospital this morning, had an IV to get his temperature down. He is in uniform here and could play. The offensive line, Pankey, Newberry, Smith, Hara, and Slater. Of course, Ellerton House are the wide receivers, and Dave Hill is the tight end. Mark it at the 30-yard line, and Hill shows motion. And here is Eric Dickerson. Dickerson to the 33. It'll be second down and 7 as Bob Baumhauer makes the tackle. Drawing the starting assignment as nose tackle. The front three for the Dolphins will be T.J. Turner, Baumhauer, and George Little. And the linebackers, a change there. Rudzinski is there, but Larry Kolick in his first NFL game and his first start, of course, the rookie Offerdahl and Mark Brown. And in the secondary for the Dolphins, Thompson, Judson, Blackwood, and Brown. Second down and 7, ball game just underway. Everett to throw, wants to set a screen, and it is incomplete. Dickerson was behind the screen, and Jimmy, I'm not sure, as Offerdahl was there for the defense, if he was just deflecting the ball away, figuring that he couldn't make any yardage.
Well, the book on John Offerdahl is that he has great instinct. Now, he kind of snuffed this play out. He has the lineman in front of him. He watched them pull to the right, and he followed the lineman over right into the screen to make the play. That's what they like about Offerdahl, and that's Redden, as you see, sitting on the sideline. As Charlie mentioned earlier, the flu has got him sitting on the sidelines.
Third down and 7. Rams at their own 33-yard line, and they show the shotgun. Everett has time, steps forward, and he is sacked. So with the coverage downfield, he simply ran out of time. The Dolphins, their first sack, George Little gets it. And the 29th sack on the season for Miami. Let's take another look.
George Little, number 99 to the right of your screen, is not known particularly as a rushing defensive end, but here he beats number 66, Tom Newberry. He's the rookie and gets in. And George Little with the sack.
So Dale Hatcher will be kicking, and Craig Ellis is set for the return. Good kick. Taken at the 22-yard line. Outside to the 30, the 35, to the 37-yard line. 15 yards on the return, a 50-yard kick, and Mike Wilcher makes the tackle. Miami Dolphins will now move on offense for the first time in the ball game. We have no score, and 13:36, that is the time remaining in the first quarter. As we see Dan Marino, Lorenzo Hampton, and Woody Bennett are the running backs, with Duper and Clayton outside, Bruce Hardy the tight end. And an offensive line of Dellenbach, Foster, Stevenson, Lee, and Cook. Miami from their own 37, first down. Marino comes out throwing. He fires right side. Pass is complete. Tight end Bruce Hardy, and he'll pick up the first down as Carl Ecker makes the tackle. And we'd like to welcome those viewers who are watching the Buffalo-Indianapolis game as we look now at the defensive line of Doug Reed, Sean Miller, and Reggie Doss. Now we'll make it official. We want to welcome those viewers who are watching the Buffalo-Indianapolis game. Here we have no score. You're looking at the Rams linebackers and now their defensive backs. As Miami on their first play from scrimmage just picked up 12 as Lorenzo Hampton goes to the 46-yard line. In Los Angeles territory, picks up 6. It's going to be 2nd down and 4 as the strong safety Nolan Cromwell makes the tackle. There's the score with 12:45. That is the time remaining in the first quarter.
Charlie, no surprises thus far. Marino going to Bruce Hardy early on. He's going to be an important factor this afternoon because of the extra attention that Mark Duper and Mark Clayton always receive.
2nd and 4. The give is to the first back, Woody Bennett. And Bennett's going to lose a yard to the 47, so it'll be 3rd down and 5 as Sean Miller, the nose tackle, was there for the Rams.
And that'll be an interesting matchup this afternoon as well. Sean Miller going against the All-Pro Dwight Stevenson, number 57 for the Dolphins.
It is now a final. San Francisco 29, New England 24. And so the Rams need a win here today to win the Western Division. They show 6 in the secondary, 3rd and 5, and Nathan checks into the offense, as does Nat Moore. Pass is there, big first down. Going to Mark Duper. Leroy Irvin had the coverage. They needed 5. They picked up 11 on the play.
Let's check in with Dwight Stevenson and see how he's doing in the middle against Sean Miller. Miller is on the left side, and he has to slip inside number 57 in the middle. He's got to take the middle linebacker. That's Carl Eckern. And then the pass down the side. The problem for the Rams is they've got to get some kind of a rush on Dan Marino. He gets rid of the ball so quickly, and you can't give Mark Duper and Clayton that much time on the outside against your defensive backs.
First down at the Rams' 36-yard line. The give is to Hampton. And Lorenzo picks up about 3 on the play. They'll mark it for 2 to the 34. It'll be 2nd down and 8 as Doug Reed makes the tackle. And Jimmy, the one thing that John Robinson, the head coach, was afraid of, and that was the fact that the Dolphins, with that great offensive explosion, can raise the whole ball club. Marino can just take him up to play so well in one particular game.
Well, Marino's the one player in football, well, there's a couple of them, but Marino in particular can change a ball game simply by walking onto the field. He forces defenses to alter what they normally do.
And Marino fires between 3 defenders. And it is complete to Mark Clayton, 11 yards and the first down. And this time it was Jerry Gray who makes the tackle. But the Rams, they show a lot of zone.
They play about 90% zone, and you've got to do that against the Dolphins, a team like this. Now, Marino, again, with that quick release, but he does get the ball in between the zone. The Rams are going to have to make Mark Duper and Mark Clayton pay for every catch that they get because Marino can pick apart his zone with his ability and that strong arm to go in between linebackers.
Down at the 23-yard line, no score. Here's Lorenzo Hampton. And a fumble, and the Rams may have the ball. They do. The Rams recover. Jerry Gray recovers the fumble. Carl Eckern jarred it loose. And Jerry Gray recovers it, and the Rams have the ball at their own 18-yard line.
Let's take a look and see if the ball pops out late or early or not. It's just a quick toss to the right side. Good blocking along the point of attack. And Hampton for a second seemed to have a crack. It's tough to tell from that angle whether the ball pops out after he hits the ground or not. But Gray right on the top of the ball, gets the recovery for the Rams.
Los Angeles with their second opportunity, and we have some movement claimed on the right side of the line. And let's go back and take another look at that fumble. Here's Red Cashin.
False start. Number 60 on the offense. Still first down.
And it's on Dennis Harrell.
Let's take a look at the fumble one more time. There you see the good blocking at the point of attack. Number 72, Ronnie Lee, doing a good job. Although he got beat right at the end of the play. No, it is a fumble. It came down as Lorenzo Hampton was on his way to the ground. A good call by the officials.
The ball goes back to the 13, and it's first down and 15. And here is Dickerson. Dickerson has 5 yards on the play. It's going to be second down and 10. Offerdahl makes the tackle along with Bob Baumhauer. And let's check the early games. Cleveland defeating Cincinnati in the leading, by 31 points, 34-3.
And that would give them their divisional title, too, in the Central Division.
And it is a final, as we gave you. And now in the fourth quarter, Philadelphia in front of Dallas. This could wrap it up for Dallas. All hopes would go if they lose. And here it is second down and 10, and we have no score. And Eric Dickerson to the 23-yard line. He'll have 5. It's going to be third down and 5. Dennis Harrell opened the hole, and 2 finals, New Orleans over Atlanta in the Battle of the Bays. The Green beat the Tampas by 14, 21-7. Third down and 5. The Rams showing now 3 wide receivers. 9:15 and counting. That is the time remaining in a scoreless first quarter. Michael Young out of Visalia, California, and UCLA is the third wide out. As Ron Brown has that separated shoulder, and we've got a whistle sounding before Dickerson takes the handoff from Jim Everett.
False start. Number 75 on the offense. Still third down.
Pankey. And that is the second time in this drive that a false start has been called on the Rams.
Sometimes with a new quarterback in Everett has been here for a couple of weeks, but that offensive line gets used to a cadence of one quarterback, and when a new quarterback comes in, sometimes they have a tendency to jump off sides. You see that very often when you have a new rookie quarterback in the lineup.
Third down and 10. And Everett from the shotgun. Second sack in the ball game for the Miami Dolphins, and Fred Robinson is the man who got it. Robinson, formerly with Tampa Bay and San Diego, picks up the Dolphins' second sack. Here's Bob Greasy, the telestrator.
He's going to get good pressure to the outside. The game comes from this side. Containment is there, but Fred Robinson from the top of your picture is going to put the pressure and the sack on Everett. Good blocking up front. Now, that was a coverage sack right there. There was good coverage downfield. Didn't allow him to get the ball off.
Dale Hatcher kicks it away, and Ellis takes it at the 41-yard line. Heads to the right. Needs a block, and it's not going to be there. He'll have about 9 yards on the return. A 48-yard kick by Dale Hatcher. So Miami will have the ball for the second time in the ball game. As Dan Marino comes out, they had a nice drive going, Jim, and then the fumble and the recovery by Jerry Gray, and the turnover stopped the drive.
Well, they've been doing it, at least in that first drive, with the short passing game, as they went one time to the sideline to Mark Duper, another time a slant to Clayton, and then the all-important Bruce Hardy to tie it in over the middle.
So Miami with the ball, first down at the 50-yard line. And remember, San Francisco won today, so the Rams need to win today to win the division, or it will come down to their game next Friday night against the 49ers as Hampton picks up 2 to the 48-yard line of Los Angeles. It'll be second down and 8 as Reggie Doss makes the tackle. Next week on the 19th, it's coming Friday night, the Rams at San Francisco, and then on Monday night, a week from tomorrow night on the 22nd, Miami will be hosting New England. Johnson is in for the Dolphins, so they have 2 tight ends on the set. And And it's 2nd and 8 against a 4-man rush by Marino. He juggles it. And he will lose a couple of yards on the play as Doug Reed got him. And that is the first sack for the Rams. They're 39th on the year.
Gets his arm knocked away by one of the blitzing linebackers from the side. That's Mel Owen, number 58. See him flick the ball away from Marino as he was getting ready to throw, but he has enough presence of mind to catch it back and head upfield.
A loss of 4, so it's going to be 3rd down and 12 at the Miami 48-yard line. And the Rams show 6 in the secondary. Marino from the shotgun. Some jumping. The Rams in the neutral zone. This is a free play, and it is incomplete. Almost caught downfield by James Pruitt. Now let's check out the flags. The Rams were offside, so the Dolphins will take the penalty and will have 3rd down over. They got caught in the neutral zone. Marino changing cadence.
Offside. Number 77 on the defense. 3rd down.
It was Gary Jeter that got caught. He had trying to get a little running start at the quarterback. 3rd down and 7 at the 47-yard line of Los Angeles. And now we would like to welcome those viewers that have been watching the Cleveland-Cincinnati game. Here it is Miami nothing and the Rams nothing, with 6:52 left to go in the first quarter. 3rd down and 7. Marino in a short shotgun, and he fires outside and picks up the first down as Clayton slips a tackle and goes outside at the 23-yard line. A gain of 24 yards. It was 3rd and 7. Leroy Irvin is the man they beat. Is Bob Greasy.
Charlie, it was a blitz situation. These 2 men on this side, 2 linebackers are going to blitz. Clayton on Irvin's going to come to the outside as the outside receiver clears it to the inside. Marino sees the blitz, 2 of them on the same side, gets the ball quickly to his speedy receiver, and he gets turned upfield after he breaks the tackle.
And with that catch, Mark Clayton goes over the 1,000-yard mark to join Mark Duper, who is already over 1,000 yards receiving. And it's a first down at the Rams 23. Costly error on Jeter when he was caught in the neutral zone. Marino throws for the score, and it is incomplete. Irvin broke this one up. Duper, the intended receiver. What does that motion of Marino mean to his wide receiver?
Well, I think he was trying to tell Mark Duper in the corner of the end zone that that's where he should have gone with the football. One of the problems with having a very strong arm is that you try to force the ball inside. Here, Irvin breaks on the ball in front of Duper. He really wasn't open. Cromwell was coming over from one side, but it seemed that they broke on the ball and that Clayton was open in the corner of the end zone. That's what he was saying. I should have gone to you with the ball.
Marino has completed 4 of 5 for 57 yards. It's 2nd and 10 at the Rams 23. No score in the ball game. The give is to the second back, Hampton. Hampton fights his way to the 10-yard line, past the 10 to the 9. He'll pick up 14 yards and the first down. It's 1st down and goal to go. The strong safety, Nolan Cromwell, makes the tackle.
Well, this is what a Marino does to you. The Dolphins, it's no mystery, do not run the football very well. They've had some inconsistent play in their offensive line. But when Marino's back there throwing the football, the holes seem to open up like magic. People are more worried about dropping back into their zone as the Rams play off, and that allowed Hampton to get inside and pick up a big first down.
So it is 1st down and goal to go at the 9-yard line. And Hampton is stopped. He is hit at the 10, but manages to get back to the line of scrimmage. Mike Wilcher and Reggie Doss met him right at the 10-yard line, but he may have even picked up a yard. It's going to be 2nd down and goal to go.
Buffalo 14.
Mel Owens is the injured player, and we have an injury timeout. Stopping the clock with 5:35. That is the time remaining. We're in the first quarter. We have no score between Miami and the Rams. Hello, everybody. This is Charlie Jones, Jimmy Cefalo, Bob Greasy. Miami off to a strong start. The receivers are looking good.
They are, but they're playing a game they don't usually like to play. Mark Duper and Clayton like to go that deep stuff with all the speed they have, but the Ram zones are forcing them to run the underneath pattern, and they're going to take a couple of hits out there this afternoon, especially from people like Jerry Gray.
And Marino is sharp.
He's sharp. He's his 4th year, and he is looking good. Everett, on the other hand, has been sacked twice, and I think it's been because he's been confused with what the Dolphins are doing in the secondary.
So is it possible? Can Miami pull off the upset?
I think it's going to be very difficult for him, Charlie, but you never know.
All right, well, at least you're honest about it. Here's the situation. We have no score. Miami threatening 2nd down, goal to go. The ball at the 8-yard line. Kevin Green came in to replace Mel Owens, who is the injured player. He came out for the one play at lead. Hampton goes in motion. Reno back to throw. And it is incomplete. Bruce Hardy, the tight end, the intended receiver, Carl Eckert, had the coverage. It's going to be 3rd down and goal to go. And let's check out the scores. Cleveland defeating Cincinnati by a score of 34-3, a big win, so Cleveland the division champion. San Francisco, as you saw, defeating New England by a score of 29-24, which means, of course, that the Rams here have to win the division. And we'll check up with those other scores, because there's almost a story on each score, so the next time we'll go through them a little slower to orient you in what's going on. 3rd down and goal to go from the shotgun. Here's Marino. With time, he throws, tipped away. Is it caught? No, it is intercepted in the end zone. The ball was in the air. The Rams come down with it. Vince Newsom just kind of hanging around, picked off the interception. I believe it was Jerry Gray who tipped it. So 2 turnovers. The Rams with a fumble recovery and now an interception. We'll be back in just a moment. We have no score between Miami and the Rams.
They're going to try and get a pick. This one is going to come to the inside, but you're going to see about 4 Ram defenders right in the area where the ball is going to be thrown. One receiver breaks to the inside. Now the other one comes to the hook area. Now there's 3 receivers right there. 2 more come and get the deflection, and it's an interception in the end zone. Ball's on the 20.
For Vince Newsom, that is his 2nd interception of the year. For the Rams, they're 27th on the season. And a 1st down for Los Angeles on their own 20. So a fumble recovery at the Ram 18, and interception in the Ram end zone. Little play action, then the quick screen to the left side to Ellard, and Ellard is out to the 25, maybe the 26-yard line, where Mike Brown makes the tackle. Now let's go back to the scores. Philadelphia defeats Dallas 23-21, and that means that the Cowboys are eliminated, and it also means that Dallas this year could come up. Their record is now 7-8. They could have their first losing season since 1964. That's a possibility, of course. They still have another game to go as Dickerson gets the call. And he has a couple of yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 as Larry Kolick, the rookie from Ohio State, in his first NFL start and first NFL game, makes the tackle. New Orleans defeats Atlanta, and Green Bay downs Tampa Bay. Those are both finals, and that Atlanta's does New Orleans still have a possibility of a wild card?
I'm not sure, but I'm interested with the Tampa Bay score, because Tampa Bay now with an even record with Indianapolis, because they come up with a win. They may lose. Vinny Testaverde will come down to the final week of the season.
Now these are the games just getting underway with this one. Kansas City in front of the Raiders very quickly. Seattle in front of San Diego very quickly. And here we have no score. Dickerson, 1st down to the 33-yard line. First down of the ball game for the Rams, and it comes with just under 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bud Brown made the stop.
And Dickerson was 1 step away, actually a tearaway jersey away from breaking that for a score. Bud Brown, number 43, with the saving tackle.
In that Kansas City Raiders game that you saw, the Chiefs out in front very quickly. If the Chiefs win, that means that the Jets are in the playoffs. Just an early note, and there's so many notes on the games today. Little play action fake by Everett. As protection passes complete, 45-yard line, gain of 12. It'll be a back-to-back 1st down. As Renee Thompson makes the tackle, Eller the reception. Let's go to Bob Costas.
Charlie, in one of those games earlier today, the Giants go to 13-2 with a 27-7 win at home against the Cardinals. 3 touchdowns for Joe Morris, and also runs from scrimmage of 56, that's this one, and 49 yards. With better than 1,400 yards for the season, he's second only to Dickerson in the entire league.
And Bob, I'm so glad that you and your crack staff are there to sort all this out at halftime, to explain exactly where everybody is. Here's Dickerson. And he's going to pick up just a yard to the 46. It's going to be second down and 9 as Glenn Blackwood led the defense for the Miami Dolphins, and Bob Baumhauer was also there. Jimmy, what is Miami doing differently defensively to stop the Rams?
Well, they're coming in with a 5 linebacker set. They're taking out the strong safety, inserting Jackie Shipp, another linebacker, and they are going to try and force the Rams to win on the arm of Everett instead of letting Dickerson beat the Dolphins with their running attack. The Dolphins, of course, 27th in the entire NFL against the rush, and so they're going to try to shut that down. If the Rams are going to do it, it's going to be on the arm of Jim Everett.
When we talked to Don Shula yesterday, he was talking about the Rams. I said, can you beat them? He said, well, of course we can. We have to do some things, but we can beat them. And the pass is incomplete, deep along the far side to Kevin House. Blackwood and Judson were in the area. It's going to be third down and 9 back at the 46-yard line. And there wasn't any doubt in the statement of Don Shula that they could win today.
Well,
he's very positive force.
There's a possibility the Dolphins could also wind up with a losing season this year, and they haven't had that happen. In fact, Don Shula's gone 23 years with only 1 losing season. That in 1976 when he finished at 6-8.
3 wide receivers for the Rams. No score. 1:29. That is the time remaining first quarter. Everett from the shotgun, and House shows motion. Everett can scramble for it, and he's got the first down. Slides at the 40-yard line of Miami. He picks up 14 and the first down. Blackwood and Rose are there to cover. Here's Bob Greasy.
Charlie, the Dolphins in man-to-man coverage, and when you go to man-to-man coverage, that leaves no one to cover Everett. This man's going to blitz right here. The receivers are going to cross, and when you end up, there'll be nobody in the middle of the field. Let's take a look. Watch the center of the field. All the Dolphins are busy covering someone. Now let's stop it right here if you can. Look at the middle of the field. Nobody is there covering the quarterback.
We're back to live coverage. A handoff to Eric Dickerson. This time there was somebody in the middle of the field. It was Bob Baumhauer who made the tackle along with George Little. We'll give him a couple of yards to the 38. It's going to be second down and 8 as the Rams now, Jimmy, started this drive at their own 20. This is the 9th play of the drive coming. And they're now at the 38-yard line of Miami. This is really the first offensive thrust of Los Angeles.
Well, that's an overpowering offensive line they have there. They had 4 people in the Pro Bowl last year from this offensive line. Of course, Ken Hill now traded away, but they're going to grind down. They're trying to grind down the Dolphins defense.
Everett, a little play action. He goes deep over the middle. It is caught at the 20. Henry Eller pulls it down at the 18-yard line and a gain of 20. First down, Bud Brown with the tackle. Jim Everett looking good.
Let's take a look at Bud Brown. Now, he's playing in combination with a quarterback. He's got to take Ellert as he comes across his face, but it's the strong arm of Everett that gets the ball in between Brown and the linebacking crew of the Dolphins.
And that is the end of the first quarter. We have no score. The Rams are on the move. We'll be back in a moment. Dickerson, who's been the offensive weapon of the Rams, now the young quarterback, Jim Everett, with his 4th start, the rookie out of Purdue, and he has added a separate dimension to the offense of the Rams and has taken some of the weariness away from Dickerson. We'll be talking about that. Here he comes. He hits Ellert inside the 5, picks up 14 to be first down and goal to go. Everett now 4 of 6, all to Ellert. Brown and Judson with the tackle.
And this is just the strength of the arm of Everett. He looks exactly at the wide receiver. He wasn't going to fool anybody. He knew he wanted Ellert right away. In fact, Ellert has caught 3 of the 5 touchdown passes that Jim Everett has thrown.
Rams with 2 tight ends, first down and goal to go. They mark it at the 5. And here's Dickerson, and he just keeps coming. He fumbles. It's in the end zone. It is kicked. It is recovered by the Rams. It's going to be a Ram touchdown. Tom Newberry, the rookie from Wisconsin lacrosse. His first, needless to say, NFL touchdown.
the strength of Dickerson. That's what gets it done. He's hit once, twice, a third time. That's John Offerdahl, number 56, leading for the end zone. Judson just hopped in right at the end, and then it is Newberry who gets his first NFL touchdown like a kid coming down for Christmas morning with the present right at the edge of the tree.
Dills to hold Lansford to attempt the point after Mike McDonald, an excellent long snapper. It's good. And the Rams have the lead over the Dolphins, 7-0, with 14:15 left to go, first half.
Today's game is brought to you by Mazda Cars and Trucks. The more you look, the more you like Mazda value. By Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Light. It doesn't get any better than this. And by the U.S. Army, a place to be all you can be.
This is Charlie Jones along with Jimmy Cefalo and Bob Greasy, and the Rams have now moved out in front by a score of 7-0, an 80-yard drive in 11 plays, and on that drive, young quarterback Jim Everett completed 4 passes, all to Henry Eller. Now, the deep backs on the return are number 33, Craig Ellis, and Mike Kozlowski is also back with him. And Mike Lansford will be kicking off. And they're setting it up. They want Ellis to make the return. And it goes into the end. No, they're going to say that it went out of bounds before. Are they going to say it went out of bounds or no? If it crossed the goal line, then went out of bounds, they're going to rule a touchback to bring it out to the 20-yard line. Ellis wanted him to kick over again. That's going to be the call.
Charlie, let's go back to that last play. Here is the guard, Tom Newberry, who recovered the fumble. He's going to come down, make a great block for Dickerson. Dickerson's going to go into the end zone. And like I say, it's only fitting that Newberry recovers the touchdown because he makes the key block and a nice run by Dickerson.
Miami with the ball, first down at the 20, and Marino is back to throw. And he goes to Bruce Hardy, the tight end, and Hardy leans to the 26-yard line. 2nd and 4, Mel Owens with the tackle. He's back in the game. Let's go to New York. Bob?
Charlie, here's the game winner in Philadelphia's 23-21 victory at Dallas. Matt Cavanaugh in for the injured Randall Cunningham. To the former Penn State star Kenny Jackson, a great leaping reception for the 31-yard TD over Ron Fellows. There will be no playoffs for the Cowpokes.
Thank you, Bob. And here the playoff picture as far as the Rams are concerned is that with San Francisco winning early today 29-24 over New England, and the Rams need to win today. If they win today, they are the division champions. If not, it'll come down to Friday night's game against San Francisco. Reno goes deep far side, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Mark Clayton. So it will be 3rd down and 4 back in the 26 as Leroy Irvin has the coverage, and let's check the scoreboard. Kansas City, these are the games in progress. Kansas City quickly in front of the Raiders. Seattle quickly in front of San Diego. And Houston leading Minnesota by a score of 3-0. Houston, as you know, is out. Minnesota must win today to have any kind of a possibility. Seattle needs to win today to have any kind of a possibility. You get in those areas now where you need help from other teams and just to see what happens for it all to be sorted out. Marino has completed 5 of 9 for 63 yards. But an interception in the end zone and a fumble recovered by the Rams on their own 18-yard line have turned the game around for Los Angeles. They lead 7-0. Contact is made by the Rams. They're going to claim movement in the offensive line. Here's Red Cashin. There was no movement. The ball will go to the 31. It'll be a first down.
Both sides. Number 98 on the defense. First down.
Sean Miller made the contact. Ron Davenport comes into the offensive set as Hampton comes out. Back to Marino, has a man running free. If he hits him, it's Duper. It'll be 6. Mark Duper is his 37th touchdown pass. And he got behind Leroy Irvin.
Well, the Rams bid on it. It's not often that the Dolphins mount a running attack. The strong safety and the weak safety apparently bid on the run fake and allowed Cooper to get behind them for the touchdown. Bob will take a look at it with a telestrator in just a minute.
Wild Revenge to attempt the tying extra point struck with the hold. It is up, and it is good. Larry Lee with the perfect snap. And there's Marino. He's done it again. We're tied at 7.
Charlie, the Dolphins had this plan. Here's motion that causes the safeties to rotate. Now, with the play action down this way, this safety doesn't get back. He comes up for the play fake. Now, watch the motion as he comes across. The two safeties. Now, Newsome, who was supposed to be deep, comes up for the play action. And by that time, it's too late. The play action fooled them. They had that plan coming in. There's no question about that.
So we are tied at 7-7. Wad Reve's kicking off with Mickey Sutton and Charles White. The deep backs on the return. Here is Mickey Sutton, and he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He's to the 15 and brings it out to the 21-yard line. So he'll have 22 yards on the return.
Let's take a look at it from the ground level. Now, here's the fake. It goes to Lorenzo Hampton. That is Ron Davenport. About that time, Vince Newsome, number 22, bid on it. He was the safety, and Irvin gets beat as well. There you see Tupper going right past 47 Irvin. The book on the defensive backs of the Rams is that they stare into the backfield, and as Bob mentioned, that's the type of thing you pick up in watching film from a previous week.
And Bob's got another comment. We'll have that right after this play. That play, by the way, the longest offensive play against the Rams this season. Now it's first down from the 21, and they come back with Dickerson, and he's to the 27-yard line. So Eric picks up 6. It'll be second down and 4, Bob.
Charlie, you know, coming out here, the Rams have 4 strong safeties. They have Timmy Fox, Johnny Johnson, Vince Newsome, and Nolan Cromwell. Their policy the last few weeks has been to rotate those safeties by quarters. And in doing that, sometimes they don't get the feel of the game. And that time, the safeties that were in there weren't in there in the first quarter, so it was a little new to them.
Second down and 4. The ball at the 27-yard line. Here's Dickerson, and he leads to the 30, so he picks up 3. It's going to be third down and 1. Dickerson, as you know, the leading rusher in the National Football League, coming into the game with 1,629 yards. 10 times this season, he has rushed for more than 100 yards. He's already picked up 36 yards in this ball game. He has been averaging this season 25-plus carries a game. That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. He's also just averaging 113 yards per game for every game he's played in as a professional. Only one back has ever done that before, over 100 yards, and that's Jimmy Brown.
And here is Dickerson again, and he's out to the 32-yard line. He needed a yard for the first down, and I believe that he got it as William Judson makes the tackle. The crowd reaction, Kansas City romping over the Los Angeles Raiders here in town at the Coliseum. Now 17-0 in the second quarter.
Apparently that 37-0 beating at the hands of the Seattle Seahawks last Monday has a carryover in the Coliseum this afternoon.
Charles White checks into the offensive set for the Los Angeles Rams as Dickerson is out for a breather. Tim Terrell and Charles White are the 2 running backs. And Everts to throw. He goes deep, far side, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Kevin House. It's going to be second down and 10, back at the 32-yard line. Now, Dickerson out just for a breather. But one of the things that this young man, Jim Everett, brings to the offense of the Rams is to take some of the pressure away from Eric Dickerson. We were talking with John Robinson yesterday, Jimmy, and he told us that now Dickerson doesn't feel like it's all on his shoulders. He says, in the past, I've looked at him and said, our defense will hold him. You've got to win. And he's one of those again.
Well, it'll probably extend his career. The 5 linebacker formations that Dolphins has inside will go away as Everett continues to become a better quarterback.
Second down and 10. Everett to throw. Goes both backs in. Goes deep. It is tipped. It is incomplete. Eller, the intended receiver, William Judson. Excellent coverage. It'll be third down and 10, back at the 32-yard line. Bob Greasy, you've had a chance now to see a little of Jim Everett. He's from your alma mater, Purdue. How does he look to you as a quarterback?
I'm impressed with him, Charlie. He was a little unsettled starting. He needs to learn to throw the football away, but this throw was pretty much on the money, just good coverage, and as you've mentioned, to take a lot of pressure off of Dickerson.
Yeah, that was a mistake on the part of Henry Ellard. He never gave any move to the defensive back and actually just turned it into a foot race, which is always a losing effort for a wide receiver against a defensive back.
Third down and 10, throwing to Dickerson underneath the coverage, and he does it all. He's to the 45, 13 yards. First down, Rams. David Bryan, Don McNeil with the tackle. And Dickerson does not get hurt. He plays a lot, and he doesn't get hurt.
Oh, he's very durable, and he does more than just run with the football. He's also an excellent blocker. They don't call on him to block very often, but he's a very capable blocker, and as you saw with those statistics, a very good receiver. He's second on the team coming in today's action with 23 catches.
First down for the Rams at their own 45-yard line. And here is Dickerson, fumble. The Miami Dolphins have the ball. Larry Kolick in his first NFL game recovers the fumble.
This is Glenn Blackwood all the way. He's on the strong side. There he is, blitzing from the outside position from the strong safety spot. He hit Dickerson just as he was receiving the football. That's why it was coughed up, allowing Kolick to get it and turn upfield for the Dolphins.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
Look, the Rams' favorite play, pulling these two linemen. They didn't account for Glenn Blackwood, the safety right here, blitzing into the backfield. And as soon as Dickerson gets the ball, Blackwood hits him and causes the fumble. One of the ways the Dolphins are trying to stop the running game of the Rams is using Glenn Blackwood on a safety blitz.
And there's Glenn Blackwood, the man who caused it, Larry Kolick. The rookie from Ohio State, taken in the 7th round of the draft, recovered it. The ball at the Rams 39, and the give is to Davenport. And he's to the 31-yard line. So he'll pick up 8 on the play. It's going to be second down and a couple as Carl Eckert makes the tackle. And let's check the games in progress. Kansas City, remember a moment ago they were leading 17-0? Well, that's what they led the Raiders in that first ball game. And then the Raiders came back to beat them 24-17. Now the Raiders are coming back again by a like score. Seattle in front of San Diego and Minnesota in front of Houston 7-3. Second down. Lorenzo Hampton to the 30-yard line. So it's going to be third down and 1. I'm surprised that Marino didn't come up on top immediately to the end zone.
Yeah, I'm very surprised, too, with the 2nd and 3 yards to go. That's Marino territory, especially that close in. The Dolphins, as I mentioned before, no secret, have trouble with the running attack. There you see Chuck Studley, the defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins, working with the linebacking crew, trying to get things ready to go.
They're down and 1. The ball just outside the 30. Actually, it's about a yard and a half to go for the first down. And here is Hampton with the first down. And did you notice how he was guarding the football? He did not want to fumble. I think that was the first thing on his mind. Johnny Johnson chased him out.
Well, what he does, if he hangs on to the football, he allows Fouad Reyes to come in and try a field goal. Don't give it up at all. And you're right, he's cradling it there. But the Rams have trouble with containment. That's Mello and number 58 on the outside, trying to contain the outside of the formation. He does not get it done, allowing Hampton to get around the corner for the first down.
Now it's a first down at the 23. Hampton 35 yards in 8 carries. Miami trying to capitalize on the turnover as Kolick recovered the fumble. Marino fires far side. It is there. Duper, he is out at the 17-yard line. So he has 6. It's going to be second down and 4. No, that was Clayton, excuse me. Clayton with his goggles. You notice the goggles where they're not prescription, because Dickerson's goggles aren't prescription, but Clayton wears contact lenses under the goggles. Doesn't want to wear the goggles because it bothers his peripheral vision.
And so he just wears the contacts.
Where's the contact?
Protects the contacts with the glasses on the outside.
Second down, Marino. Timing pattern in the corner, and he receiver throws. His intended receiver, Mark Clayton. Jerry Gray was the man that Clayton got behind. It's going to be third down.
That's the second time the Dolphins have gone to that play. Last week against the Cowboys, Leroy Irvin intercepted a pass, went 50 yards for a touchdown. As I mentioned earlier, the defensive backs like to look into the backfield. So the Dolphins have come up with this offense whereby the receiver will go downfield, stutter at about 5 yards. Marino will pump fake, and then he'll go to the corner of the end zone to try to feather the ball in. Irvin and Gray being tested here this afternoon.
Who's going to be the first quarterback to go to the dark glasses or the goggles for the secondary looking in at their eyes? Bob Greasy was. That's right. They couldn't look in anymore. Third down and 4. 6 in the secondary. Short shotgun. It is there. First down. 8-yard line. Nat Moore on the receiving end. It'll be first down and goal to go. The all-time leading Dolphin receiver. Minutes, 10 seconds and counting. That is the time remaining in the second quarter. Marino already has thrown for 147 yards. 8 of 13. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Davenport, a yard. That is it. It's going to be second down and goal to go. Mark Giroux with the tackle. I almost feel that the Dolphins want to take as much time on offense as possible, keeping the offense of the Rams off the field. I do know that John Robinson, the head coach of the Rams, said they want to take a lot of time with their offense on the field. They want to keep Marino off.
Well, I think that's the Rams' point of view, yes, that they're going to try to run the football as much as they can to keep Marino on the bench instead of giving him 12 opportunities in a football game. Cut it down to 9 or 8 and reduce the possibility of him scoring.
But it looks as if Miami is doing the same, running a lot more in these situations. This one is incomplete. Knocked away by Doug Reed. It'll be third down and goal to go. I just had the impression that Miami's running more than throwing.
Well, I don't think so. They've always gone into a contest thinking, every team does, try to establish a running attack. It'll help the offensive game plan overall. Despite the fact that Marino was #1 in throwing in the NFL, he would probably be a much better quarterback had they a running game. It's the same situation that the Rams have with Dickerson as the great runner and now Everett taking some of the heat off. Marino needs a running back and an offensive line to take the heat off his arm.
Third down, goal to go. He drills it into the corner. It is there. Touchdown. James Pruitt. Pruitt's third touchdown of the year and Marino's 38th touchdown pass. They beat Jerry Gray.
Are one of the few teams in the NFL that will play zone all over the field inside the 5-yard line. It really doesn't matter. This is all on strength and looking away. Marino looked to the left, then came back, caught Gray napping, looking back into the backfield, looking away from it, and James Pruitt was allowed to get to the corner of the end zone. With the strength of Marino's arm, he beat Gray. You've got to stay close to a receiver when someone like Marino's on the field.
Lee with the snap, Strock with the hold. Reveiz has it. And the Dolphins lead the Rams 14-7. Now with 7-11, the magic number left in the first half. Number 82, there's James Pruitt with his touchdown reception. A rookie taken in the 4th round of the draft. Played his collegiate ball at Cal State Fullerton. That's just about 10 minutes up the freeway from Anaheim Stadium, where we're located today, the home of the Los Angeles Rams. Juan Reveiz will be kicking off with Charles White and Mickey Sutton. The deep backs on the return. The Dolphins have the lead, 14-7. In the ball game that Miami has led. This will be down in the end zone by Mickey Sutton. We'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. We've got a little pushing and shoving at the 17, now to the 20. And I think this will be broken up. We can go to the telestrator and Bob Greasy.
Charlie, we'll go back to the last touchdown. Here's Pruitt right here. Now, Pruitt is a rookie playing his first year. The Rams know this, too. He's going to run a little short out. The Rams do a lot of studying. Now, if we can stop it right here, you can see the double coverage on Nat Moore, double coverage on Duper and Clayton, and the only man with single coverage is Pruitt in the corner of the end zone, and he's the man that Marino finds for the touchdown.
And Miami has the lead 14-7. And the Rams have the ball at their own 20, and they come out throwing. Here's Everett. Steps forward and overthrows David Hill, or underthrows Henry Eller. And it'll be second down and 10 at the 20. Game's in progress. It is still Kansas City leading the Raiders 17-7. The Seattle-San Diego score hasn't changed, nor has the Minnesota-Houston score. That's 7 points for the Los Angeles Raiders. Here's a note: they gave up 60 consecutive points before scoring today. Here's the screen. It is dropped. Dickerson could not pull it in. And it's going to be third down and 10 at the 20-yard line. John Offerdahl was there for the Miami Dolphins.
Dickerson one more time. They want to go to the screen to loosen up the defense of the Dolphins. Just a little bit overthrown, but it seemed that Dickerson should have been able to pull that one in. He had a lot of blocking downfield, a couple of linemen out in front. He might have been able to pick up 10 or 12 yards had he been able to catch the football.
Here's a look at the quarterback comparison. Marino 9 of 15, 153 yards. Everett 5 of 11 for only 64. Marino with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Third down and 10. This is dropped. Long, the tight end, who has only 3 receptions this year, should have had his 4. David Fry and Mike Kozlowski were there. And we'll see the third punt of Dale Hatcher in a moment.
He's long all the way down. Now he's got to worry coming across the middle of a linebacker or a safety. That's Mike Kozlowski, number 40, making the hit. Toughest catch for a wide receiver, though, coming inside, knowing that there not only a safety in there, but a linebacker from the other side waiting for you to turn backwards.
There's pressure. It's a short kick. Ellis will stay away from it. It's going to be down at the 45-yard line by Norwood Band of the Los Angeles Rams with a 46-yard line. A punt good for only 34 yards. So the Dolphins with excellent field position and the lead of 14-7. This is Charlie Jones along with Jimmy Cefalo and Bob Greasy. We're at Anaheim Stadium, where we have 6 minutes and 42 seconds. That is the time remaining in the first half in the game between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Rams. For the Dolphins, 11 runs and 16 passes, so a reasonably balanced attack thus far for Miami. And they have good field position at their own 47-yard line. Los Angeles scored first. And it was a recovery in the end zone of a fumble. Tom Newberry, the rookie guard, recovered it for the touchdown. Rams went on top 7-0. Then Marino to Duper, 69 yards on the pass play, and then Marino to Pruitt from 6 yards out. And that was set up by the fumble recovery by Larry Kolick, the fumble caused by Glenn Blackwood. So now the Dolphins have another excellent opportunity starting at their own 47. Only 53 yards away from the end zone. In the backfield, and Hardy is in motion. Woody Bennett to the 45-yard line of Los Angeles. Mel Owens with the tackle. It'll be second down and a couple. And Roy Foster with the lead block.
I mean, it's tough for you and I to come in. Hey.
This is a real dangerous area for the Rams, of course. Anytime you give the Dolphins 7 or 8 yards on first down, it sets up that situation you mentioned before, Charlie. They have the option to go deep with Duper or Clayton or run the football up the middle. A difficult spot for the Ram defense.
Second down and short yardage as Bennett leads to the 44. Doug Reed and Reggie Doss were there to stop him. Reminder to our viewers that it's hard to say, we'll be selecting the Budweiser most valuable player for today's game at the conclusion of this contest. Just over 5.5 minutes. That is the time remaining in the first half. Third down, about a half a yard to go for the first down as Larry Lee checks into the offensive set as Roy Foster comes out for Miami. step away for a yard, and that's all that he needed. He goes to the 43 and has the first down.
Mark Giroux taking the gamble and shooting the gap. Despite the fact that Marino does like to go over the top, and he does hit Lorenzo Hampton in the backfield, but the leg drive of Hampton allows him to shake the tackle of Giroux and get the first down.
And there is Roy Foster on the sideline.
And that could present a problem, Charlie, because the Dolphins are going with just 7 healthy offensive linemen. So that means they're down to 6 if it's a serious injury to Foster. And that would be Larry Lee as the only backup lineman.
First down at the Rams 43. Play action. Marino wants to go deep. Has a man. He's open. And he hits him. Touchdown. Mark Clayton. 43 yards. And he got behind Jerry Gray. For Clayton, that is his 8th touchdown reception. This year, he's 10 of 16 for 196 yards in this ballgame. There's the extra point. It is good. And Miami is on top 21-7. With 4:24. That is the time remaining in the first half, Bob.
Charlie, again, the Dolphins put the tight end in motion. Right here, they put the tight end in motion to get the safeties to rotate. This time, the safeties stay back, but the play action will fool Gray right here as Clayton comes to the inside, and then will go deep down the outside. But watch the play action. The safety